Come join MLO on our final trail ride of the year with our guide Ron Harrington of Ridgeback Guide Service at the lead. We're headed to the snowy Vermont Backcountry, plowing through snowbanks and slipping along the Class 4 roads that this region has to offer. This all looks fun, right? Well, it is, until it isn't. And it doesn't take long for things to take a turn for the worst. Stay tuned. It's a quick 5-hour trip up to Vermont in the Bronco, and the next thing you know, we've reached Ron's house. Ron's a great guy and all, you know, but we're really here to see the new Ridgeback Guide Service mascot. Meet Ranger, the 6-month-old Ridgeback who's going to be tagging along with us all weekend. And Ron's wife Bethany is coming with us too. Now that we're all loaded up, we can set out for our next stop.
So this afternoon we're going to head out through the southern portion of the Green Mountain National Forest and go out through some forest roads that are about ready to seasonally close. They'll be closing on December 15th, just after deer season and for the start of snowmobile season. And this is our last chance to run these roads before they close for the winter. And luckily we've had some lake effect snow this week, which dropped about an inch on top of the 5 inches from last week and the week before. So we're going to be about 7 or 8 inches up here of snow. When we get up there, you'll see where it's not plowed, it's rutted out a little bit, and there's snow built up in the middle on either side. It's probably going to be a little bit slippery.
And of course, we have to make a quick stop to admire the scenery. This is the first snow Joe and I have seen so far this winter, and it feels great to be back out here with a fresh set of tires on the Bronco. We're going to take to the trails for a little bit and make a quick stop at our favorite campsite.
Right on cue. Straight hit the camera. Come on. Mark that, come on.
We've been on the road just about all day at this point, and it's about time we stop and stretch our legs again. With ski slopes in our sights, it's not long before we're pulling into the motel so we can crash because we've got to get up pretty early tomorrow. I guess you could say we're pretty strategic about where we stop and sleep for the night because across the parking lot is a diner. And in this group, we're always thinking about food. It's time to fill our stomachs, meet our clients, and then hit the trails. Joe, what'd you get?
Ham steak sandwich.
Let's see the full. Bon appetit. Today's ride should be interesting because we've got 2 full-size trucks, a Ram and a Tundra, which are both up front with Ron so he can keep an eye on them. East Coast trails are usually unforgivingly tight, but the route we're on today should be in their favor.
Trail is on trail. Copy that.
As we got further down the trail, the snow was becoming noticeably deeper, and it wasn't long before a few of the trucks began to slip. This first long uphill stage had us on our toes, but we radioed in and told everyone to throttle up a little bit, and they made it up just fine. Dense fog started setting in once we reached higher elevations, and even though we seemed to be moving along at a pretty steady pace, it wasn't long before we had our first recovery of the day.
This was intentional so we can have fun.
Yeah. It's a demonstration?
Yeah.
Purposes?
No, this is learning.
He did it on purpose.
I've got other ways of having fun.
See how that's closed now?
Oh, okay.
And you put it here, so where it's pulling on it,
Yeah.
pulling on it tight.
And this has to go in.
This should be on the side,
Okay, on the side.
not back here or in the front.
Okay.
A little bit. A little bit more. Just a hair more. Right there.
You're going to start coming forward on me, so put it in drive. You're going to have to start coming forward also, just a little bit. Keep tension on it, but just a little bit. Winch at the same time, winch at the same time, winch in. Perfect, perfect, keep coming, keep coming. Beautiful, turn towards me. Keep coming with him, Jason. Yep, got it. Hold up, everybody. Everybody hold up. Perfect, perfect. Textbook, textbook.
Back on trail, it didn't take much to notice conditions were getting worse. We were beginning to combat a heavy mix of snow and mud, causing trucks to slide around much more than they had been earlier in the day. Despite being on edge, we kept working through it at a slower pace. The full-size trucks up front have impressed us so far on this ride. Ron had a close eye on both the Ram and the Tundra, and from the looks of it, the trail up ahead was getting just a little bit more forgiving. Notice how we're taking a detour through this water crossing. This snow-covered bridge looks fine, but we've got no idea what material it's made out of or the weight it can handle. It's better to take the safe route around the outside and save the bridge for the snowmobiles. With the day beginning to wind down, we ramped up the pace a bit as Ron had one final trail for us to tackle before it really started to get dark. And just when we thought everyone was in the clear, the Ram up front lost traction and ended up off trail in a ditch.
When it's slick like this, you can end up in a ditch and basically in a flash of an eye. And that's what just happened behind us. So Ron's getting all rigged up here. I'm gonna try to pull him up here with a kinetic rope. Those are always preferred for snow recoveries to get a little momentum. The recovery rope stretches. You kind of get a little spring action, try to yank them up out of it. hopefully everyone behind him doesn't get kind of drug into the same line. So it could be interesting.
Everyone made it through the final uphill and we were finally back on the hardpack. As we shifted out of 4 low and headed to our endpoint, we were reminded that this was our last trail ride of the season. It's always great to see so many new and familiar faces out with us on every ride, as clients get to learn their vehicles and test their skills in a safe environment. Thanks to all who came out to join us on trail in 2023, and we can't wait to catch you back out in 2024.
Temp closed Wednesdays 50% off creamies.
Oh, you can read?
I can.
When it says creamy, you know the word creamies.
I know the word creamy.